Hello friends, it is Jill here. Welcome back to my channel. In case you are new, I am an author, artist, and creative entrepreneur, and I'm still in the earliest phases of my business and sharing the process with you guys. So today is Tuesday, May 5th, and I have to do the thing today. And by do the thing, I mean I have to make a new video because it's been 2 weeks since I've posted to my channel. And basically I have a backlog of random footage. I don't even remember what I've been chucking into my video footage folder at this point. Hello, Cheddar. This is my cat Cheddar coming to say hi. He's meowing because he has his favorite rat toy in his mouth. Anyway, I have to see what is... Don't kill it. I have to see what is in this folder and try to make some semblance of a video because over the last 2 weeks, I took a trip to New York City, came back super tired and not feeling great, and then finally got my groove back, like basically over the weekend. And my biggest project lately is my website, which is revamped. I'm gonna link it right down here, peanutbutterandjellysandwich.com. Go check out all the cool new stuff that's there. I'm so happy with the way it turned out. But anyway, in this video, you're gonna get a mix of things, such as a little footage from my trip, and like I said, just clips from when I got back and started working on my creative projects again. And such is the life of being an early phase creative entrepreneur. So I hope you enjoy, and I'm looking forward as much as you are to seeing what is gonna be in this video, because like I said, I don't remember what I recorded at this point. Hello friends, it is Jill here. Welcome back to my channel. I am an author, artist, and creative entrepreneur, and I've been working on reinventing my creative business and developing this YouTube channel since January. So it is currently Monday, April 20th. I have a trip to New York coming up in 3 days. I used to live in New York City, so for me this is sort of a return to my roots, a return to my old stomping ground, so to speak. My husband and I have some family activities to attend to, and of course we'll just have some time for fun as well. So I'm really looking forward to it. I have not traveled since last October because I live in South Florida, and for the winter I like to just stay here. So I am really in a place now where I am going a little stir crazy. I am ready to travel somewhere, even if it is somewhere familiar. I'm just happy to be getting out of town for a little bit. And that being said, I've had a lot going on for my small business. I took a break from filming for YouTube because I just needed to put my focus on other things. And I didn't want to completely burn out on recording myself or doing YouTube because it is hopefully going to be a marketing engine driver for me as the channel develops. So let me just update you guys on my current project. So I'm working on my third book in my girls chapter book series. It's called Peanut Butter and Jelly Sandwich. Let me just get the usual visual. So, okay, so this is book 1 and book 2. I recently made some very minor yet important updates to both of these books. So if you happen to buy them now, you'll get them with all the tiny little corrections that had to be made over the past week. So that was one project that I knocked out. I also am working on illustrations as well as the layout file for my upcoming third book. So while I'm away, I will be working on illustrations because I can obviously bring my sketchbook with me. Also, I have been rocking and rolling on my fourth book's manuscript after having several months of writer's block. So I'm so happy to be back in the flow of writing that story. I have it, I'm all caught up typing it on my laptop, but while I'm away, I'll have a physical notebook with me so that I can just write whenever time permits, and I can always type it up later. So those will be the main two things I'll be working on while I'm gone. Illustrations for book 3 and the manuscript for book 4. And I'll be capturing some YouTube footage as well because I want to get back into vlogging more regularly. But yeah, taking a break was good because it's helping me just like rebalance myself a little bit and make sure that I'm actually still getting certain creative projects finished rather than prioritizing capturing footage and editing it for my channel. So that's where I'm at now. I think this is the only segment that I'm gonna record today because I don't have that much time left before I have to get ready to go to a bar class at my gym. But anyway, I'll be back before I leave for vacation just to update you guys on how packing is going, as well as all the things I have to get ready before I leave. So that's it for today, and I'm really excited to get back into vlogging. literally just returned from New York last night. Flew in from LaGuardia, and my plane stayed for an hour on the tarmac because welcome to Miami, we have no gates for your plane when it lands. Pretty typical. I'm going to be getting ready on camera today because I'm a little pressed for time. I'm going orange lipstick. Do I want mascara today? Since I have to get some fresh produce today, I've decided that I'm going to go on a little adventure all the way to Homestead, Florida, which is a city south of Miami. It's about an hour drive for me, but it's a nice drive. And basically, I'm going to be going to my favorite farm stand to pick up some fresh farm-grown vegetables and exotic tropical fruit rather than just going to the supermarket because, honestly, I don't really need to buy much else. So I was like, well, I've been wanting to get to Homestead all year so far. It is literally the end of April, so I am going to make today my first Homestead Adventure Day of the year, and I'm going to bring you guys with me. So stay tuned, and you'll be along for the ride shortly. Okay, so here's most of the haul. I got greens for my rabbits, a nice big Florida avocado, some guavas, red dragon fruit, giant mangoes, passion fruit, and over here, kumquats, mini bananas, sapodilla, also known as chico, and this one big giant jackfruit. Yay! All right, so I more or less top-loaded my first day home with housework because I feel like I'm never really in the mood to sit at my desk right after getting back from a trip. Like, I just have too much, it's like my body doesn't want to sit still just yet, you know? So there's too much energy still running through me. So I'm doing a huge load of my laundry because obviously while I was away, I wore a ton of cold weather clothing and I need to get this all put back away in my closet. I'm even going to dry clean my wool coat today because I feel like I really am not going to be needing that for any more trips this year. So, yeah, after I do that, we'll see where I'm at. But I feel a little guilty because this is where I feel like I'm not getting the balance right. Like, I really didn't do any work while I was gone. And yet, I mean, it was literally a vacation. I shouldn't have to be working while I'm gone, right? But I also am an entrepreneur, so I should be working every day. You see my conundrum here. Anyway, I feel like this is blocking everything that I'm doing. My bad. Wow, but wait, there's more. Anyway, I will be back to my desk probably by tomorrow afternoon. I'm determined to get all the housework done before then. and to get this zipper up. Yikes. There we go. As much as I love a trip to New York City, what I love even more is coming home. So I'm going to be doing some beach yoga for the next 30 minutes or so while my laundry is in the dryer, and then we'll get back to duties at home. What's up? It is now the next day, and I have been seriously inconsistent with my plan to vlog the week of coming home from New York. So also, shout out to everyone else who's feeling super unmotivated, because you know what I need to do today? Yet another load of laundry and clean my bathroom. So yeah, that's the fun stuff I have to get through before I can do the updates on my website and social media things like I want to do. Stick with me. Hey you guys, okay, so it is 4:30 in the afternoon on Wednesday. I normally film a weekly wins Wednesday, but since I've been in New York and just busy doing everything under the sun except working on my business these past few days, I can't really do weekly wins Wednesday because, yeah, I think I have to be working to have some wins for my business, right? So anyway, I've decided that I'm going to dedicate this particular week to working on updating my websites and my social medias because I have not posted to LinkedIn in months. I have not posted to Instagram in, I think, months. I think the most recent thing I put there was just a little tag for my upcoming YouTube channel, but I didn't even link it. It was just a teaser. So I am determined that we're going to get to that this week, and I'm also going to be updating my websites. So I'm going to try and get just a little bit of screen footage so you can see like the before and after for my websites once I figure out what I'm going to do with them. I know I want to put a little plug for my upcoming third book, even though I really don't have a projected date yet for when it'll be out, but I have told myself, and I'm telling you guys, it's definitely going to come out this calendar year. So I've still got 8 months. I think I'm okay. But I definitely want to put a plug up for that, and I'm not sure why I'm calling it a plug, but I feel like if I just take the time to do that, it'll be a good motivator for me to just get back to the illustrations, back into the flow of working on my book, and to update my Instagram account more regularly, and that's going to be important in the long run because I need to get an audience going there as well. So stick with me. I hope that for the rest of this vlog, I will be more focused on my actual work and less on doing laundry because I still have more to do, but I don't really want to make that the focus of my life or this vlog because it would be boring. So, okay, gonna get busy now, I swear. Okay, you guys, I'm excited because I have an actual plan that I can execute on as far as making all my social media and website updates. This is my brainstorm right here. It's all written out for me. So since the entire executive board committee is here, I am going to see how many of these I can knock out in one afternoon. It is already after 5 o'clock, but I'm home alone right now, so who cares? I can work until dinner time if I want to. And then I can have cereal for dinner if I want to. Okay, check-in. It is 7 o'clock p.m. Take that to-do list. All right, so I'm going to transfer you guys over to my computer so you can see. I have updated my author artist Facebook page. Here's my post with my book cover reveal. I've got my LinkedIn here, basically the same thing, slightly different text. Then I've got my Neon Empire Press is the name of my publishing imprint. So you can see right here, same thing. I've got a cover reveal for the post. There is a caption, but unfortunately on my browser, it's not going to let me show it because I'm not logged in. And then I've got 3 new grid posts on my Jill Rose Creations, which is the main Instagram account. I've got one that's plugging the book cover, one that's plugging my YouTube. I'm mad that that's cutting off, but it doesn't do that on the app. And same with this one. It is a square picture that shows up properly on the app. And I posted it to my story as well, but for some reason on the browser, again, I'm not logged in, so it's not showing that there's a story there. But I did in fact do that, which brings me to my next task. Oops, I'm going to transfer tabs here again. All right, so this is my Neon Empire Press website. It's really just a formality because I don't really direct people here that much. So at present, it's showing out now for my second book, which literally came out last summer at this point. And it has book 1 saying it's re-released July 2025. I don't think I want to be really promoting its re-release anymore. We're kind of over and done with that. So I am in my Wix editor right now, pushing stuff around. You can see it's not lined up the same way I just showed you before. I've got one on the right, one on the left, and a whole bunch of blank space on the top that I'm going to be utilizing for advertising book 3. So that's where I'm at as of 7 p.m. Okay, you guys, real talk. I have just not been feeling well today. Just worn out. I think there's something to be said for actually having time alone in my home and just my body is in shutdown mode. It's like, just rest this week. So I'm still getting things done, just not as fast as I hoped. And once again, it is almost 5 o'clock and I'm just now sitting down to my desk. My website that I was working on yesterday, I'm going to show it to you momentarily. I basically stopped working when my browser crashed and all my tabs closed and I got logged out of everything. And anyway, long story short, I was in the middle of updating my website, neonempirepress.com. And thank goodness that website gets like next to no traffic, at least for right now, because it looks like absolute garbage. I was in the middle of shifting everything and now it just starts with a big long blank space because I didn't finish putting in the stuff that I now want at the top. So I am at least going to get that done today. And my other goal is to get my peanutbutterandjellysandwich.com website updated between now and just over the weekend. Like, I don't mind working on creative stuff over the weekend at all, especially because I've just not put enough time into it this week yet. So anyway, I'm going to get started on that and I'm going to show you what it looks like now. And hopefully before the end of tonight, I will show you the finished version of neonempirepress.com. Okay, this is embarrassing because now you can see how badly I need to clean my screen, so I apologize for that. But here you can see there's like a bubble. This says coming soon. I know you can't really see it because of the glare, but I was in the middle of putting my most recent book, well, not most recently published, it's the one that's coming up. I was going to put that at the top with the blurb, and I'm scrolling. See, that's the whole blank space that I created for it, and then here at the bottom is all the other stuff that I pushed down. So we're going to fix this now. We're going to fix it. All right, you guys. So I apologize for my appearance. Like I said, I really don't feel well today. But in spite of that, I managed to finish updating the simpler of my two websites. This one is neonempirepress.com, as I mentioned before, and it is just for my publishing imprint. So it basically just advertises my book that's going to be coming out. I'll probably build the site out as my company grows in the future and as I add more books to my series. But for now, it's pretty simple. So I'm going to pause to turn the camera around and show you the results. I don't have a big blank black space at the top anymore, thank goodness. See, much better. I still didn't clean my screen though. I need to do that. So here we have all 3 of my books in a little lineup. This one's the one that I'm currently working on, and it's right underneath the little preview covers. And I figured out how to do what's called a page anchor. So if you click on a book cover, it jumps all the way down. These are actually in reverse order. Book 1 is at the bottom, book 2 is in the middle, and book 3 is at the top. In the future, I will probably change that, but for now, it's still working for me. But I just think that's so cool. Also, I realized that I did need to sort of just get my head back into the admin aspect of things for my business. So I have here a brand new clean to-do list. My previous one was getting like really messy and outdated. And I also have yesterday's, I do write brainstorms sometimes. So here's my brainstorm page for my social media updates. Most of them got crossed out, so take that to-do list. But anyway, I've got this all set to carry me through next weekend. I basically made a 9-day plan for myself, which is cool because tomorrow's May 1st. So for tonight, I'm just finishing up. I just finished my expenses. There weren't many to work on this week, and I have to do some like back up my phone and my computer at this point, and then my admin work for this week will be done. So that's awesome. And other than that, I really just need to get some of my footage together and get a vlog out, even if it's kind of a little bit lame, but I don't want to leave you guys hanging too long because I have not put out a video since last week. So maybe I will work on that over the weekend or at least get the footage together. We shall see, but wish me luck because I got to very soon close it out for today and get some rest tonight. So Hey, you guys, it is Saturday. I am trying to find a blank page in this almost used up sketchbook. In fact, The first series of videos on my channel is me on a mission to fill this sketchbook and get my creativity back. So half of that mission was fulfilled, the more important part, which was getting my creativity back, of course. However, I did not completely fill the sketchbook, but that was mainly because some of the pages in here are like, they're used, but not all the way used, or they have ink coming through on them, and it's basically only, you know, the pages that were left were only good for like rough sketches. So I am going to try and find a page that's just clean enough for me to do some sketches for how I want to lay out the front page of my website, peanutbutterandjellysandwich.com, because it needs a facelift, and I'm just trying to figure out like how exactly I want to advertise the main things that are available through my page, which would be books, like obviously like the chapter books, and then notebooks and journal sketchbooks. And also I want to make the YouTube and Instagram icons more prominent to direct people so that they come here and watch the behind the scenes. So I'm just going to kind of play around, like I said, here's a good page. It's only got like a little bit of marker marks on it, and for a rough sketch of a web page design, that's totally fine. But I just want to kind of play around before I actually dig my claws into my Wix site and start ripping things apart and shifting them around. So that's what I'm going to do this Saturday afternoon. Okay, so it is now Sunday. I worked as much as I could yesterday on my website. I updated a bunch of like little things that aren't really worth showing on screen per se. So now I'm digging into the home page, which is obviously the main page of the site. And I was doing some very rough sketches yesterday, just with like, you know, pencil and squares and things like that, just to try and modulate out like how I want my new layout to look. And I realized I didn't really show you guys what the page looks like right now. So I'm going to do that because this afternoon I'm going to be working on overhauling it. So this is going to be a before and after, and hopefully I will have the after to film for you guys before sundown. Okay, so the only change that I made that's reflected on the main page right now is that I put my YouTube and Instagram links in my header. They used to be like up here at the top of the page. So the issue that I have right now is just that this page kind of scrolls like a football field, and I want it to just be smaller and have everything just as icons so you know what's included on the site without having to navigate around or scroll. So this is the conundrum I'm working on right now, and like I said, I'm hoping to present you guys the solution that I come up with before the end of today. Also of note, even though it's a Sunday, the executive board committee is here for the working afternoon today. Y'all, I thought I was done, and I realized I completely forgot to check what all of my web pages look like on mobile. Can I just take a moment to tell you how much I hate that I have to redo everything for the mobile version? Hey you guys, it is now late morning on Monday. I decided last night to take a break after getting about 95% of my website work done because I just wanted to look at it with fresh eyes in the morning and then do my final edits and tweaks and things like that. So I am proud to announce that my new site is now live. I'm going to give you a quick preview of that right now. All right, so here it is. This is the new homepage. I'm really happy with the way that I worked this out. I just love the new design. I feel like it's a lot cleaner. It's more whimsical. I've got my YouTube channel nice and prominent here. I think eventually I will be changing this video out later this year, but for right now it's going to stay. I put back to top buttons everywhere. I have these little flower dividers just to make the pages look a little more clean. And I'll also show you the shop page because this is the other one where I did the most work. I have these wonderful icons now so you can just jump right to a product section. And anyway, I'll scroll up so you can kind of see it backwards order, but I have my notebooks, journal, sketchbooks. This is just a quick thumbnail preview of the book series covers. And then at the top of the page, underneath those hearts that give you the, you know, what's on the page overall, I have the two long descriptions of book 1 and book 2 here. Once I get past book 3, I don't know if I'll want to keep these long descriptions on the shop page or if I'll want to migrate them to their own page, but for now, they're working for me. And I think that's pretty much it as far as major changes, but I did make sure, this is kind of a cute thing that I want to share, I added in the newer characters that are going to be making appearances in book 3, so now my character guide is more complete. I hope one day I'll be able to have a mouse over and you can click and get a character bio, but for right now, it's just a preview of all their little heads in circles like you see here. So now that my website is redone, I am going to be focusing the rest of my day on coming up with an Instagram posting schedule, because I am going to be posting regularly to my Instagram starting last week. I actually put 3 grid posts up, and I think I mentioned that before, but just in case. So I have 3 new grid posts. I'm going to be keeping that momentum going. I have to fix the back cover image for my 3rd book, because when I zoomed in on it in InDesign, I realized that something's not quite right with it. So I'm going to just revisit that and fix it while I think of it. And I have to do the metadata fixes for my minor website, neonempirepress.com, because I realized that needs to be updated. So I'm going to try and get those things done today. I also have to do a huge load of groceries. So I have to get all that fit in before I go to bar class this evening, because Lord knows with all this sitting at my desk, I need to stay in shape. All right, my friends, I am back from grocery shopping. I meant to get some footage of that just to splice it in, and then I forgot. But here's the thing. At this point in time, I have a lot of video footage that's like spanning the last 2 weeks since before I left for New York, and I really need to get my head together on that. I was about to say something else, but I caught myself. I do need to review all that and actually start putting together a days in my life video for you guys. But I am happy to state that I did finish out everything I intended to do today, which included finishing my website work, putting together a Instagram posting schedule, as well as a list of what I have to create for Instagram this week. And I fixed the problematic part of my back cover image for my 3rd book, which actually didn't take very long, but it still needed to get done. So I was excited about that. So with that being said, I am going to cut this days in my life video off here with today's footage and review what I have. And I'm probably going to make an intro for it tomorrow, just because I feel like the footage is going to be pretty disjointed, but I'm going to see what I can do with it. And that way I'm going to get that out this week. And once I get that under my belt, I can finally get back to illustrating and actually diving into my 3rd book once again. And I'm really eager to do that after 2 weeks of taking a vacation, taking a break, and then making time for some other higher priority things. So thank you guys for being here. Thank you for watching. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and check out my book's newly revamped website, which I will plug on my end screen as always. Thank you one more time, my friends, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.